Hello, I'm here to tell you about antique autos. Auto collection, vintage autos, or memorabilia are not ordinary cars. They're masterpieces. Having an antique auto is venturous. It's a masterpiece of a great hobby, relaxation, and moments. Also, an investment on revenues in the auto industry. So far, let me tell you this. There was a 79 Cadillac Seville I had, 32 years old, antique, unique style vehicle. It was a unique style vehicle for that year. It has an Oldsmobile 350 engine in it, original. GM had bought this vehicle. GM had bought this engine to specifically designed for that car. It was a four-door, completely electric, black on black, limited edition for 2 years only. Uh, it was only 150 made per that year. I bought the car for $2,000, gave it $3,000 worth of restoration, and I sold it for $8,000. The insurance company classified it as an antique auto, which redeemed it as a non-driving vehicle for showroom only at full coverage rate. Now, you consider what's an antique auto? Well, there's two differences. You have an antique auto and you have a classic auto. Your antique auto will give you anything from 10 to 25 years. That would be considered as an antique auto. Your classic auto is anything which they would recommend it to be 50 years plus, and the differences between the two. Now, you ask, where do you find these antique autos? Well, your antique autos can be a car that you have right now. Anything from 10 years old to 25 years old is considered an antique auto. As I said before, finding these autos is on your internet. You have Yahoo, Google, eBay, newspaper, but mainly word of mouth is the best way to more or less find these autos as such. Also, your assessments of investments. This right here is considered in your auto real estate, and the property that would exceed this would move more towards the vintage cars, and perhaps locating a vintage auto, like I said, 10 to 25 years of age, would make your search fun to venture. Some of your avenues consist of eBay, as I said before, Yahoo, goggles, newspapers, and word of mouth. Selecting a masterpiece, thinking how unique your auto would be, will bring comfort to your state of mind. Investments to keep the beauty, which would be cost less in the coverage of your prime value of your antique auto market, in your antique auto market. So you say to yourself, the finer I originally restore this car to its greater beauty will make my profit more on the revenues. So here we go again. How sweet it would be to have this right here. Now, an antique auto are not only a good investment, they're also a good hobby. In making this right here a good hobby, let's see, knowing your antique autos are unique and it's a good investment, as I say, it's a great hobby. Let me tell you how restoration is accomplished in this. First, I would say research for a realistic budget, not to exceed the home budget. Keep everything manageable so that you don't put too much into one and not in the other. Next, you got time, or should I say, plan your time to manage work spent on your hobby. Keep responsibilities first. Yard work, time with the family, chores that you have in doing such. And also, too, keep the original outlook in mind. Your antique auto should be a showroom feature when finished, such as your engine parts, original texture, your body texture of your car. Make sure that everything is fine. Your paint workmanship. Don't put a paint color on there that's not really acceptable for that type of car that you're planning to restore. So you ask yourself, will cost upset the household budget? No, cost wouldn't upset the household budget. Uh, Time management of costs protect the living standards. And what I mean by that is you have, for instance, your break job compared to the food on the table. So which one will come first? That's what I mean. Household budget and costing. We'll set it up to whereas don't put no more into it that you would normally have to put into your household. Will procrastinating be a dilemma? No, never do that. It should never be. Never put off what you can think could occur can. Be confident and comfortable because mistakes can happen and will. And next, short goal planning for critical steps. Contemplating when assemblies are not correct to the shape or mode, stop. Retry it. Later, come back later, another day. Think about it and remember, enjoy your hobby. Don't let it frustrate you. And then unfortunately, of all deals, uh, yesterday and years past are never forgotten. Antique autos used to be a thing of the past. When restoring an antique auto, you gain enjoyment, dealing in the permitted time, motivation, and the pride for investments, and also the stocks that you put into the market for making that classic restoration worth hundreds. Overcoming patience to establish the childhood memory dreams of such precious vehicles like no other. When you stop and look at it, the extreme effort of shopping through and around newspapers, internets, and also listening from word of mouth puts the thrill of dedication, twist and achievement, and a high five for confidence saying, I did it. And that's it.